I want to talk a little bit about cameras. I'm using a Logitech C920. It's an older Logitech. But one of the things that I've been trying to do is, I mean, as we all work from home a little bit more, is try to figure out what's the best way for me to get my video working. And so I've tried the C920. I like it just fine. Of course, there's also FaceTime, which is on my laptop. So I'll just switch to that. There's me using FaceTime, my laptop's webcam, not optimal. You can obviously there's a big difference when it comes to color and quality. If I go back to Logitech, oops, sorry, should cut over to that. We go back to Logitech. The funny thing is, you can see my desktop as well. So, I'm using CamTwist to stream the video because I want to have different video sources and show you how they all work. But as I, oops, just a second, I'm just turning the camera on. But as I switch between the Logitech and whatever other camera, when I switch back to Logitech, I actually have to enable widescreen. I'm not sure why Logitech, this is using the camera settings app. I'm not sure why Logitech doesn't allow you to just lock it. I don't know if it's a firmware thing, but whatever. Anyways, I do like the camera settings app, and that I have a lot more control over in the moment, like what my camera's up to. So that's kind of nice. But end of the day, it's a webcam, so that's pretty good. And then I have my DSLR. I'll cut to that. My DSLR running is Canon EOS Rebel T6, or Canon 1300D, I think is the other option to be called. The one problem with this is I wanted to use an HDMI in. I wanted to use HDMI in to capture the video, but this version of the Canon Rebel doesn't have a clean HDMI out. So I always get a small rectangle in the screen. So although the camera is great and I get a lot of control over like focus and stuff like that, it's not a clean signal. So that's kind of too bad, of course. You may notice some offset when it comes to the audio, and that's because I'm recording using my AirPods, and that's going directly in, but then the video is being parsed through CamTwist. I'm using, for the Canon, you can see here, this is called Camera Live, and Camera Live is a siphon, so it grabs a USB signal from the camera, recognizes it as the EOS 1300D, and it becomes a siphon signal that can then be used by CamTwist as a camera source. So there it is there. So I'll cut back to this, but again, you see, I mean, if I want to, use this back and forth, I need to actually and it's interesting too, you see how, what is framed is different too, from widescreen to standard. I look identical, just as pretty. But the funny thing is that I found like a knockoff GoPro in a drawer, as one does, and I thought, well, maybe I'll use it as an HDMI out. Well, here's the problem. What the heck? What is that? And I've gone through the settings, and there's just nothing good about it. Like, it's just garbage. So I won't be using that, I can guarantee you. I may use it as an actual GoPro and like connect it to my, I don't know, my Raspberry Pi and whatever uses a security camera. But yeah, I'm unlikely to go with that. Yeah, I mean, for the time being, I'll use the Logitech because it looks good, and I don't have to think too hard about it. If I could get the DSLRs, the nice thing, obviously, there's a color difference. DSLR, it's an actual camera, so it looks really nice. The big problem, of course, being that the clean signal, and I don't like. You can see again with the framing, I don't like that. I'm not framed. I don't like the bars. Like, I can expand that video. That may be an option, but I think just for the short term, I'll probably use the Logitech. Yeah. Anyways, so that's there you go. A little bit of, probably do an audio one soonish. I know Stefan, my co-host and Can't Sell This, and I were talking about doing some kind of audio discussion video. So anyways, there you go. That's that.